You're listening to the Power Agent Blogcast, empowering agents to elevate their business to the next level.
Challenges are just a guide, leading you, don't run and hide. You've got the heart, you've got the drive, feel it pound your life. Power Agent.
Have you ever felt like you're caught in just a never-ending sprint? That feeling of being constantly on call, juggling, an impossible number of demands, and the sheer relentless pressure of a client-facing role.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I'm talking about those late-night texts that kind of jolt you awake, or the back-to-back appointments where lunch just feels like a myth, you know?
A mythical creature, exactly.
And just the mental gymnastics of navigating client indecision. It can honestly feel like you're sprinting a marathon that never ends. And for you, especially in a high-stakes environment, well, that takes a serious toll.
It really does. And what's fascinating, I think, is that our sources immediately tell us this feeling, this burnout. It isn't just like part of the job description. No, it's actually a vital signal. You should think of it as this big flashing neon sign basically saying, hey, something here needs a fundamental shift.
Okay.
The most successful pros, particularly in these demanding client roles, they don't just push harder when they feel that strain. It's not about brute force. Instead, they strategically adjust how they work. They take a hard look at their processes to sort of ease that constant pressure.
Exactly. And, well, that's precisely why we're diving deep today. We've pulled together 7 powerful strategies directly from expert insights, all designed to help you, our listeners, stay productive, profitable, and, importantly, passionately engaged. Whether you're a buyer's agent in a crazy market, a consultant juggling projects, or, frankly, just someone feeling that weight of constant demand in your professional life.
Yeah, this deep dive is really for you.
It is.
And look, our mission here isn't about telling you to just, do less. That's not the point.
Right.
It's about empowering you to be much more intentional, more deliberate with every action, every interaction.
Intentional. I like that.
Yeah. Think of this deep dive as your shortcut, maybe, to understanding how to protect your most valuable asset, which is your energy. That allows you to serve clients better, operate with more clarity, and ultimately maybe rediscover the passion that got you into this work in the first place.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Strategy number 1, and it kicks off with a truth that might surprise some people, because I know I used to think this way too. You are not a one-person 24/7 hotline.
Big one.
Isn't it? So many of us fall into that trap thinking constant availability is the key to keeping clients happy. But the insights we've gathered, they're crystal clear. It's incredibly important to communicate and, crucially, enforce your office hours right from day one. That feels pretty radical for some fields, doesn't it?
It does, but you know what? It's also incredibly liberating when you actually do it.
Yeah.
The research really suggests that setting these professional boundaries, it isn't just about protecting your evenings or weekends.
Okay.
It's actually about elevating your professional brand. When you clearly state something like, and the source gives this example, look, I'm available for calls Monday through Friday until 6 p.m. and Saturdays by appointment. Sundays are family time. Very explicit. You're not just preventing your own exhaustion, which is important, but you're also subtly teaching clients to respect your expertise and, importantly, your time. It shifts the whole dynamic, you see.
How so?
Well, you move from being just a reactive service provider, always on the back foot, to being a strategic partner who's actually in control of their process. That, for me, is the real aha moment here. It goes way beyond just, preventing burnout.
That shift, reactive to strategic partner, that's huge.
Yeah.
Okay, so once you maybe get those boundaries in place, it presumably frees up some mental space, right? To be more intentional about who you're actually spending your time with.
Exactly.
Which leads us perfectly into strategy number 2. Being really proactive. Qualifying your buyers or clients right from day one. So instead of just jumping straight into showings or project work, the recommendation is maybe start with an initial meet and greet at the office, or perhaps a dedicated introductory call first.
Yeah, that initial filter.
But I wonder, in a really fast-paced market, isn't there a risk there? Maybe alienating potential clients by seeming too demanding up front.
Yeah.
How do the sources suggest balancing that filter with, still being approachable?
That's a fantastic, very practical question, because it is a balance. But this principle of qualifying, it's not just for real estate, right? It's about intelligent resource allocation in pretty much any client-facing business.
Okay.
Whether you're a consultant figuring out if a project is viable, a designer trying to grasp a client's real vision, or, an agent gauging buyer readiness. The core idea is the same: identify commitment early on.
How do you do that?
Well, our sources break it down into phases like discovery, identifying, and commitment. So discovery is basically when someone's just curious, right? They're gathering info. Identifying means, okay, they have a clear idea, but they haven't fully committed to acting.
Right, still thinking.
Exactly. And commitment means, boom, they're pre-approved, they're motivated, they're actively ready to make a decision. The key insight is, if you don't sort of define these stages for yourself, you'll constantly be chasing people in that curious phase.
Mistaking activity for actual progress.
You got it. It's really about aligning your effort with their readiness, not just their initial interest level.
That distinction between curious and ready to act makes so much sense. And it must be a massive energy saver. Why pour precious hours into someone who just isn't genuinely ready?
Precisely.
Which, naturally, brings us to strategy number 3. Using technology to streamline things. Automation, they say, can be your best friend when you're swamped.
Your digital assistant.
Yeah. I mean, just think about it. How much time do you honestly spend on repetitive tasks every single day? Imagine getting even some of that back.
It adds up fast.
It really does. But I do wonder sometimes, for some clients, especially in high-touch services, does using tech ever create a feeling of being, like, handed off to a machine? How does the material address keeping that personal connection while still automating?
That's a really valid concern, and it's exactly where smart technology use comes in. The key point the material highlights is that these tools aren't meant to replace human connection, not at all. They're meant to enhance it by removing the friction points. Think about it. Using scheduling apps like Calendly or something similar, it just eliminates those endless back and forth emails trying to find a meeting time.
Oh, the worst.
Right, or virtual tours. They can help clients narrow down options before you spend hours driving around to properties they probably won't even like. Digital signatures simplify paperwork.
Saves so much time.
Exactly. These aren't just minor conveniences. They free you up to focus on the really high-value interactions.
Like what?
Like building trust, understanding their deeper needs, skillfully negotiating on their behalf. The research suggests this actually makes you more present and personal when it truly counts.
Because you're not bogged down.
Precisely. Because you're not bogged down in all the administrative stuff. It's about letting technology handle the transactional so you can absolutely excel at the relational.
I love that framing. Transactional versus relational. It really helps clarify where your human touch is absolutely essential versus where tech can, well, lend a hand.
Exactly.
Okay, our 4th strategy. This is one that I think often gets completely overlooked in the day-to-day hustle. You need to actually schedule recovery time.
Actively schedule it.
Yeah. Let's be blunt about it.
Yeah.
You just can't run on empty fumes. It's simply not sustainable no matter how much passion you have for what you do.
It feels almost counterintuitive, doesn't it? That to be truly productive, to really operate at your peak, you must deliberately disengage.
Yeah. Step away.
Step away. The source material even uses this analogy I find incredibly apt. You wouldn't expect a car to run indefinitely on an empty tank, yet we do it to ourselves constantly.
Guilty as charged sometimes.
We all are. So fiercely protecting one full day off every single week isn't just presented as a nice idea. It's framed as a non-negotiable, a necessary recalibration.
A full day.
A full day.
Yeah.
This dedicated downtime, whether it's, hiking, binge reading a great book, or just having uninterrupted family dinners, it fuels your patience. It sharpens your creativity. It restores your perspective when you get back to the job.
Makes sense.
It's really an acknowledgement that rest isn't some kind of luxury. It's actually a critical component of high performance and, crucially, long-term resilience.
It's so true. Trying to just push through exhaustion only leads to more mistakes and, frankly, less effective work in the end.
Absolutely.
And speaking of protecting your energy, our 5th strategy. This one might be uncomfortable for some people, but it's incredibly powerful. Learning the power of saying no.
The magic word.
It can be magic. Let's face it, some clients, they will just drain your energy.
Yeah.
Maybe they have totally unrealistic expectations, or maybe they suffer from chronic indecision.
We've all met them.
We have, and it's tough. But sometimes you just have to recognize that maybe it's not the right fit. So the question is, how do you actually say no professionally, effectively, without feeling like you're just turning away business or failing somehow.
That's a fantastic point, because no often feels like rejecting an opportunity, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels negative.
It does. But what the research really emphasizes, and honestly what I've seen work in practice, is that a strategic no actually opens the door to better business down the line.
Yeah.
While the material gives specific, empowering language you can adapt. Something like, based on what you're looking for, I actually think I may not be the best fit to help you achieve that, but I can refer you to someone who specializes in exactly that area.
Okay, so is a referral not just a rejection?
Exactly. It's not about shying away from a challenge. It's a deliberate, strategic decision to protect your most finite resources, your time and your energy. It lets you gently free yourself from clients who are, frankly, a poor fit for your specific expertise or your current capacity.
And that creates space.
Precisely. It creates crucial space and energy for the right clients, the ones who truly align with your working style, your goals, your values. It reframes no, you see. Not as a failure, but as a proactive choice to optimize your business. It kind of transforms you from a generalist trying to please everyone into more of a specialist.
That's a total game changer for many people, I'm sure. Thinking about it as being strategic, focusing on quality over just sheer quantity. That's powerful.
It really is.
Okay, and speaking of bringing clarity, our sixth strategy targets what can be a major source of stress for everyone involved, professionals and clients alike. Just the unknown.
Uncertainty.
Right. Many clients simply don't know what to expect when they're navigating a complex process, whether it's buying a house or starting a big project, and that uncertainty can create a lot of extra questions and anxiety, meaning more work for you.
Precisely. And this is where creating some kind of robust client education system becomes absolutely invaluable.
Like what kind of system?
Well, the proposed solution doesn't have to be super complex. Maybe creating a short welcome kit could be a simple PDF, maybe an automated email series that just demystifies the whole process for them.
Okay, what should be in it?
This system should clearly cover things like realistic timelines, what are the common roadblocks they might encounter along the way, and maybe a section for frequently asked questions with really straightforward, concise answers.
Proactive answers.
Exactly, proactive. The dual benefit here is enormous. First, educated clients tend to make faster, better decisions because they understand the journey ahead. They feel empowered.
Less hand-holding needed, maybe.
Much less. And second, you save countless hours of repeating the same explanations over and over again. It's all about proactively managing expectations, empowering your clients to be informed partners in the process, and ultimately building this foundation of trust that reduces stress for everybody.
That sounds like a brilliant way to empower clients and save yourself a ton of time while also sort of solidifying your role as the expert guide.
That's the goal.
Okay. And finally, our seventh strategy. This one challenges that sort of ingrained notion, especially for high achievers, that you have to shoulder it all alone.
The do-it-all myth.
Exactly. The message is you absolutely don't need to do everything yourself.
It's such a common misconception, isn't it? Particularly for driven, successful people. But the source material makes a really compelling case for leaning on a robust support system.
What does that look like?
Well, it could mean delegating effectively to team members if you have them, and real estate, maybe utilizing showing assistants, or even just leveraging your vendor partners for specific tasks that aren't your core strength.
So outsourcing or delegating.
Right. Sharing the load doesn't just significantly reduce your personal risk of burnout. It also projects this image of a highly professional operation, one that has built-in support and a strong network.
That's interesting. It affects perception, too.
Absolutely. It subtly tells clients that you're part of a capable, well-oiled system, which actually tends to increase their confidence in you and your ability to deliver results. We even saw related readings reinforcing this, talking about how collaborative teams can prevent agent burnout and boost overall well-being. It's really about building a sustainable ecosystem for your success, not just relying on individual heroics.
Okay, so bringing this all together, what does this really mean for you listening right now? I think the core message is that avoiding burnout isn't about trying to do less necessarily.
Yeah.
It's about being incredibly intentional in everything you do. It's about taking a good, hard look at your current processes, maybe challenging some assumptions about constant availability, and finding those proactive, strategic ways to ease the strain.
Yeah, protect your energy.
Protect your energy, exactly. And ultimately, enjoy your work more. This isn't just about survival tactics. It's actually about setting yourself up to thrive.
Exactly right. By truly integrating these strategies, Setting those clear boundaries, rigorously qualifying your clients early on, streamlining with smart tech, creating those educational systems, saying it the strategic no, and leveraging partnerships, you protect your most valuable asset, your energy. And this, in turn, allows you to enjoy your business more deeply, serve your clients with greater presence, more enthusiasm, and ultimately build a truly sustainable, fulfilling professional life. It really is about long-term success, built on that foundation of intention.
What a fantastic deep dive into some really practical, actionable strategies, specifically designed for you listening. It makes it so clear that burnout isn't like some inevitable fate.
Not at all.
It's more like a call to strategic, intentional action. These 7 strategies, they really provide a powerful roadmap, I think, to a more sustainable and hopefully fulfilling professional life, whether you're that buyer's agent or really in any high-demand role where you're constantly serving others.
So here's a final thought to maybe leave you with. If you were to implement just one of these intentional strategies this coming week, maybe it's setting just one new firm boundary for your calls, or perhaps crafting just a single FAQ document to empower your clients. How might that small, fierce protection of your energy start to impact not only your work, but maybe even reignite your passion for what you do? How might it shift the entire dynamic of your professional life starting now?
That's a really powerful question to reflect on, and we definitely encourage you to consider it. Think about how you can apply these insights to your own professional journey, maybe starting today. Thank you for diving deep with us.